Once upon a time in a faraway kingdom, there lived a beautiful princess named Rapunzel. She had long, luscious golden hair that reached all the way down to her ankles. Every morning, Rapunzel would wake up early and start brushing her hair for hours on end. She would use a wooden comb with ivory teeth and a silver brush with soft bristles. She would make sure every strand was perfectly smooth and shiny. One day while she was brushing her hair, Rapunzel noticed something strange. A tiny little bird had gotten tangled in her tresses. The bird was chirping loudly, trying to free itself from the sticky situation. Rapunzel, being the kind-hearted princess that she was, quickly untangled the bird with her bare hands. As the bird flew away, it left behind a small feather on her comb. Intrigued by this unexpected gift, Rapunzel decided to visit the royal weaver. The royal weaver was an old woman who lived in a cottage on the outskirts of the kingdom. She was known for her magical abilities and had helped the kingdom on many occasions. When the royal weaver saw the feather, she immediately knew it was no ordinary bird that had left it behind. It was a messenger from the fairy queen. The fairy queen was a powerful sorceress who lived deep within the enchanted forest. She had sent the bird and the feather to invite Princess Rapunzel to her cottage. Rapunzel was both excited and nervous. She didn't know what to expect when she visited the fairy queen, but she knew that it was an opportunity to learn more about her magical powers. As Rapunzel walked through the enchanted forest, she couldn't help but notice how beautiful it was. There were trees with leaves of pure gold, flowers that shimmered like diamonds, and waterfalls that sparkled in the sunlight. She had never seen anything like it before, and she felt a sense of wonder and excitement growing inside her. Finally, she arrived at the fairy queen's cottage. It was a cozy little place made out of wood and stone, with a thatched roof and a chimney that puffed out wisps of magic smoke. As Rapunzel knocked on the door, she heard a voice that seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. "Come in, Princess Rapunzel. I've been expecting you." When the door opened, Rapunzel stepped inside. She gasped in amazement at what she saw before her eyes. The interior of the cottage was just as enchanting as the exterior. There were shelves filled with all kinds of magical potions and ingredients, as well as strange and wonderful creatures that seemed to appear out of thin air. In the center of the room, however, was a large mirror made out of pure crystal. It shimmered and sparkled, and Rapunzel couldn't take her eyes off it. "Princess," said the fairy queen, her voice like the tinkling of bells, "this is no ordinary mirror. It is a magical talking mirror, and it has a very important message for you." Before Rapunzel could ask any questions, the mirror began to glow brightly, and when the light faded, a beautiful woman was standing where the reflection should have been. She had long flowing hair, just like Rapunzel, but hers was a brilliant shade of blue. Her eyes were like sapphires, and her skin was the color of alabaster. "Greetings, Princess Rapunzel," the woman said in a voice that was sweet like honey. "I am your reflection, and I have a message from the fairy queen." Rapunzel felt a surge of pride. So the mirror actually talked. But what would her reflection say? Would she be as beautiful as her? "The fairy queen wants you to know that you are beautiful, Princess," the reflection continued. "But true beauty comes not from your appearance, but from your heart." Rapunzel was confused. She didn't understand what the reflection meant. Was she trying to say that Rapunzel wasn't beautiful? "I'm sorry, Princess," the reflection said, sensing Rapunzel's confusion. "I didn't mean to upset you. I only want to help you understand the true meaning of beauty." The reflection explained that the fairy queen wanted Rapunzel to be honest with herself and others. She needed to learn that true beauty came from within, and that being honest was one of the most important things in life. Rapunzel listened intently, realizing that her own vanity had been blinding her to the real meaning of beauty. She had spent so much time worrying about her appearance and making sure she looked perfect that she had forgotten about the importance of things like honesty and kindness. Rapunzel apologized to her reflection for being vain and promised to try to be a better person. The reflection smiled warmly Princess, you are a kind and generous soul. I know that you will do great things. Rapunzel thanked her reflection for her wisdom and asked if she could keep the magical mirror so that she could talk to her reflection again. Of course, Princess, the reflection replied. The mirror is yours to keep. Just remember that true beauty comes from honesty and kindness, and always be true to yourself. As the mirror returned to its original form, Rapunzel couldn't help but feel a sense of empowerment. She realized that she didn't need to rely on her appearance to define her worth. Instead, she could be confident in her own unique beauty, both inside and out. From that day forward, Rapunzel used the magical mirror as a guide. Whenever she felt insecure or vain, she would turn to her reflection and remember the valuable lessons she had learned. The magical mirror became an integral part of Rapunzel's life, helping her to become the best version of herself. And so, dear children, remember that true beauty comes from honesty and kindness. Don't be afraid to be yourself and embrace what makes you unique, for it is in your uniqueness that your true beauty lies. The end. Now let's think about what we have learned in today's story. What did the magical mirror say to Princess Rapunzel? That's right, it told her that true beauty comes not from her appearance, but from her heart. This means that what truly matters is not how we look on the outside, but the kind of person we are on the inside. Are we honest? Are we helpful? Are we kind to others? These are the things that truly define our beauty. Rapunzel learned an important lesson about honesty and self-love from the magical mirror. She realized that being vain and comparing herself to others was not what made her beautiful. Instead, it was her inner qualities such as honesty and kindness that made her truly beautiful. If you like this story, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel Hanum Cartoon for more fun and educational content. Click on these recommended videos to keep watching. We have lots of great stories to choose from. Thanks for watching. See you next time.